Hello and welcome to Star Trek Resurgence. This is the first video in a multi-part series of VODs from a stream that we did on the day that the game came out. And I gotta say, this game is fantastic if you have even a tangential interest in Star Trek. It's in-depth, it's detailed, it's like playing an episode of Star Trek. From the era of TNG, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, it has very much the correct feeling. Now, the game's not perfect, it has a few technical glitches here and there, the biggest of which being that we had no way to go back to the main menu with a guarantee that the game would save. So, this stream was the entire game in one go, and this is the start of it. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. It did start, that's a positive. Let me know how volumes are, by the way. This is Dramatic Labs Adventure. The relationships and events you're about to experience will be shaped by the choices you make. We got there. From Dramatic Labs.
Captain's log, stardate 57931.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different. I know I am. Perhaps more than any of them. Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same. It's entropy. Nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good. Our new first officer is en route to the Resolute. Jara Rydek. I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
So I believe this is us here. Oh, got it.
Thanks.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles are the worst.
Let's be the helpful command officer.
Here's a tip. Don't close your eyes. You'd think that would make it easier, but it only makes it worse. Look out the window, pick a star, and just focus on that.
I'll give it a try.
The crew is impacted by the things you say. Okay then.
Sorry, I'm a little anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
It won't be easy for Jara to step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
Star Trek Resurgence. By the way, all the frame drops that you can see in the game are very much what I see as well. Yeah. Also, this is a very Star Trek opening. Oh, thank you for the resubscription, Kevlar. Also, thank you for the kind words, Coldheart. Appreciate it. Change of station. So this is really being done as an episode, right? It's setting it up very much in the kind of TNG era of episodes. At least so far. Looking at our outfit, I can't remember what this exact outfit is, but I think it isn't like original TNG. I think it's either like Deep Space Nine or the movies or something like that, but essentially it's around that time period. I'm sure the game will give us some way of knowing. By the way, when I said the camera was wonky, this is what I was meaning. Look at this. This is me trying to walk around. I am not zooming in or zooming out. This is the camera. It's a little weird. But, okay. Over here.
A starbase on the very edge of Federation space. Long way from home now.
Looks like Janeway's outfit. Yeah, so I think Janeway's outfit was a modified version of kind of that era of outfit as well. But I think they changed it again for Voyager. Okay. Very pretty. We will move on now. How am I doing? I'm doing great. I'm actually super hyped for this. Even though I have no expectations, I'm like, this could be very good.
Commander? I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the Academy.
Oh.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintaris 5. Anyway, I finished in the top 20.
Oh.
Not just in my class. I mean, all time. In the history of the Academy.
Not that he's bragging.
There's
We'll just say
that.
very impressive.
Really? That's quite impressive.
Thank you. It was tough. But you know, I set my mind to it and it paid off.
Please place your hand here.
Yeah, I was
There for
wondering
a few
if we were
seconds.
Bajoran, but I think we must be something else. Bajorans usually have the earring in. So if we are Bajoran, I haven't seen that so far. What type of game is this? This is similar to a Telltale game. I think it's made by the ex-Telltale devs, but it has a lot more mechanics in theory. We'll see. Okay, so move my hand over here, and then I think it's the right trigger for everything. Yeah, it should be story-based, so I'm expecting episodic things happening here. Oh,
Welcome, Commander Rydek.
we are
You
Kobalant,
and Jara Rydek?
I think it said.
You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander. Sorry, I didn't realize before. I just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
Oh, one thing I should
so to
say
speak.
is you can do this if you want to think about your choice. You can just pause the game. It also gives us a moment to look at the controls. When I said that there were a lot of things, what I'm meaning is if we have a look at this, there are in theory a lot of different things we're going to be doing during this. Like flying shuttles, potentially. I don't know. We're going to be doing very many things. So, we'll have to see how this all goes, including stealth. I don't know. Anyway. You thought Cisco gave his commander special approval to wear earring? Like that was a plot point in the first season of DS9? Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I think it was something like that going on. But anyway, I don't think we're actually Bajoran either. I want to choose X when we come out of here.
Well, now you know. Keep your eyes and ears open and you might pick up on things.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
See you on the Resolute.
Yeah, Ensign Rowe also wore the earring as well. So I think it was... I don't know if Kira needed permission because Kira was not part of the deep... She wasn't part of Starfleet. I think it was a point with Rowe. I was hoping we could see our information again. It definitely said what we were. But yeah, not Bajoran. But something else. I'm sure it will come up soon. Because they'll be like, you're the first something officer we've had in our, ship. Or something to that ilk. Hello there, can we,
Hey, Commander.
Oh, hello. I was going to say, can we interact with him? But he interacted with us. This is also as fast as we move, as far as I'm aware. So... Oh, no, I found the run button. There we go. We can go for a light jog.
If I remember my briefing,
Okay.
Commander Ermot is a Bolian, so I'm looking for someone with blue skin.
Blue skin. Blue skin. Well, it's not going to be this dude. Hello there. Lost crewman.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm just... Well, I'm not sure where my departure dock is. The Resolute's gonna leave without me.
Look here. The Resolute is leaving from this dock.
Oh, you're right. Nerves must be getting to me.
I should have checked how many pips he had on as well.
Thanks
Oh.
so much, Commander.
1 pip. Okay, so I think that means he's the lowest level of the command officers, if I've got that right. I'm not entirely... I know most of them, but I'm not quite in there 100%. That's Greenskin, so it's going to be an Orion. Okay. Hello there. So, I believe roughly... Now, I don't know what era they're working from. Red is command, yellow is engineering, and can also be security, I think? I don't know, depends what we're going with, and then blue is like a sciencey one, in case you didn't know. I think that's roughly right. I'm going to be told the correction at some point, I'm sure, if I put this on YouTube, but essentially that'll get you most of the way.
Excuse me. Have you seen a Bolian around here?
Yes, sir. Right back there, near the replicator.
Oh, yes.
Ah, there he is. Thank you.
Happy to help, Commander.
Okay. See what we've got around here. Oh, hello. Replicated meal.
I'll replicate myself a meal once I'm on board.
I gotta say, that looks like a very depressing meal. Just the one singular potato, like, it just looks... I don't know, I think that's just gonna be dry. It just looks dry. Thought when Wesley got his pip, he was officially an ensign, like lowest level officer. Yeah, but I think Wesley was different. Because he also didn't wear the same outfit. He wore, like, grey, didn't he? Because he was, yeah, he was in the special stuff. Can I get a Ractigino on this ship? Hope so.
Starbase 128 has 4 docks.
Nice. Okay, just random information.
Excuse me.
Okay. Hello there. So this will be Commander Ermot. So wait a second. Commander Ermot must be underneath us, right? Wait, no, he has 3 pips as well. So he has 3 pips, but he's wearing yellow. That's unusual, I think.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan Ermot, Operations Officer on the
Oh no,
Resurgence.
that's fine. Yeah, that makes sense.
Commander?
I thought he was going to be our command. He was going to
I hope
be...
there wasn't too much trouble getting here.
I'm going to pause. I thought he was going to be above us in the structure. He's Operations Officer, which I think is what Data did in TNG, roughly. Hoping I got that right. And he also wore yellow, so that's all lining up.
This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now.
Let's just say we can take it.
I know conditions are less than ideal at the moment.
It takes more than a little turbulence to rattle me.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
I think
that's the
Jordy did.
case.
Yeah. Might be wrong.
We're grateful
But, yeah.
you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice.
Why did he say it like
Everything
that?
I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a premier starship and all.
What have you
It's our
heard?
little research vessel.
What exactly have you heard about me?
First in your class at the Academy. Received the Starfleet Award of Valor during the Dominion War. Most recently, Tactical Officer and Chief of Security on the USS Endeavor.
Okay.
You've done your homework?
Like I said, we're very lucky.
So they dropped some names there. So Dominion War means that this is after DS9. Endeavor, I think, is a ship that's been mentioned a few times in the series.
USS Resurgence.
Can't remember what
She may not
context
look like
was.
much compared to the bigger ships, but
okay.
as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma, fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
Equipment malfunction. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame. It was a planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but it was more than she could handle. Cost us our first officer and 22 of our crew.
Okay.
At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other.
That is a high price.
That's what it means to be a crew.
To have lost so many lives. That's a high price to pay.
Too high by any estimation. But there's nothing that can be done about it now except get back to work. And make sure it never happens again. Listen. I realize you've known Captain Solano for quite some time. And I'm sure you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake. That he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first.
Well, thanks for the heads
Until
up.
they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
Thank you. Always good to have a sense for what you're walking into.
I just thought you ought to know.
I appreciate it.
Starfleet has assigned us a high priority mission to the Hotari region.
The impact of my choices? Jara made a good first impression of Commander Ermot, coming off as inquisitive and appreciative, while showing empathy for what the crew of the Resolute suffered. And then Ensign Calloway was grateful for Jara's helpful guidance when he was nervous on the shuttle flight. Okay, cool. So does it being classified as a science vessel automatically mean it will have civilians and families aboard? I don't think so. I believe the reason why the Enterprise had those civilians and family aboard was because it was like a diplomatic vessel, and it was deliberately to show that it wasn't to be used for like war or anything like that, because there were, you know, civilians on board, even if it didn't turn out that way in every episode. But yeah, I don't think so. There's another name up there, up top there. Are those the two characters you play as? Yeah, I have seen in the screenshots that there is another character that is a guy. I wasn't entirely sure how it was going to do this. I thought we might create a character, but no, it appears that we start as Jara. I'm guessing we probably switch to Carter. So it's probably Jara does most of the like walking around and like command officer level stuff. And then we probably play as Carter for like a lot of the stealth phaser kind of section, shuttle maybe. I don't know. That's my guess, but of course I need to actually play it.
You on board. I know he's eager to see you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Okay. So, we're just going onto the ship. Oh, I have to hold this one. This will be character number 2 then.
Stuck. I got just the thing.
Okay, so the character number 2 appears to be an engineer of some kind. Okay, I think it's going to be the bottom right one. I think that's the plasma torch. Yep. Okay. Let's go. So we're getting kind of a lower deck situation. So he's going to handle all of the kind of lower deck activity, and then she's going to handle all of the, command stuff. That makes sense. What am I doing here? Okay. And then in like that. Alright. Sure. It's definitely more than just a quick time event. It is still a quick time event, kind of, but you know, it's more. Around here and then in from here. Got it. Perfect. And now we hold this and rotate. I don't know what we've done, but we've done it. And now we put it back in again. I think we can manage this. And then, yes, I think I can see where we're going from here.
That.
the lower decks. As I said, it's a lower deck situation.
I thought the thing was totally fried.
So this is a trill, judging by the markings on the face.
Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to it, Neely.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
Okay. So we're now this guy. So we are now Carter.
Corrosion in there was pretty extreme. Nothing I couldn't handle, though.
Okay, I want to just explore a little bit.
DS, you're in my light.
Oh, sorry.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be too bad. I think if the performance was slightly better, this is perfectly fine. I kind of like this. Yeah, it feels at least like what it's trying to be, which is good. Trill were for DS9. Yes, they were. Trill was Jadzia and Esri in DS9, but also they had some other stuff on the. Yeah, they had some other stuff on the Trill planet, I think, for that one, or we had some people who visited from there. There was a Trill in TNG as well for a couple of episodes. It's like a trial, but a lot of that didn't carry forward to DS9. That's when they solidified it. And then there is a Trill in Discovery, and I'm blanking on the name. But yeah, there's a Trill in Discovery, and they go to the Trill world on that one as well.
Hey Diaz, have you seen a hyperspanner around here? I last saw it near the shuttle, Ptarmigan.
Ptarmigan.
I'll let you know.
Okay. Trill were from DS. Yeah, the symbiote host. Yes. Sorry, I was reading the same one again. But yes, they were the symbiote host, but they don't have to be a symbiote host, right? I think in DS9 they said 5% of the population were. So how am I going to know what the shuttle's called? Oh, is it written at the front? This is the Melville. Okay. This is it trying to get you to actually pay attention to what's around you. This is the Polar. What have we got here? Usually the shuttles have a connection as well. Oh, perfect. Oh, got it. Okay. But yeah, usually the shuttle names have a connection, so if you can work it out, there's a challenge for you. So we have Baffin, Polar, Melville. I don't know what it is, but that's fine. And then this one is the Ptarmigan. Oh, and that's what we're looking for.
That's not where that goes. Maybe we can figure out where you're supposed to be.
Right. Let's head over here. And round this way. Adira Tal is the Trill on Discovery. Yeah, of course. Yeah, she did get a bit of undeserved hate, I understand, but yeah, she was alright. The graphics in this game are alright. Yeah, I think they're serviceable. They do what they need to do.
Oh, hey, there it is. You're a lifesaver, Diaz.
Well, I don't know about that, but I try.
Okay, so did that get us a thing? No. Okay, well, maybe that'll make a change somewhere. Just remember the episode where Jadzia meets her former lover symbiote and they go into the ethics of two new hosts being forced into a relationship? Yeah. That was an interesting one. Okay. So what have we got over here? Not too much. That's fine. Transporter pad. You got anything to say? I think this is our friend over there waiting for us. We're just completely ignoring them, going, no, I want to explore first. Thanks for letting me explore. Another transporter pad here. You got anything to say, mister? Nope. Okay.
Hey Diaz, can you give us some help with the transporter?
Sure, why not?
What's the problem?
We need to test this cargo transporter. I've never been that great with the signal plotting.
I got it. No problem.
What am I doing? Select waypoints to create a path through the ionic interference. The line connecting the points will lose stability if it passes through the interference. The yellow bar indicates the stability of your path. When full, you will succeed. Okay. Nothing ever goes wrong with the transporters. Yes, they're perfect. I don't know why you would ever say that. So can I go like this and then go... Whoop. Okay, yeah. It's not immensely complicated. I think I did it.
No sweat.
No sweat.
Oh, hey, buddy, get off the pad.
That wasn't us. No, no. Oh, he's fine. Oh, we're all good.
Don't tell Chovak.
Not a word.
Okay, so we almost killed our colleague, so I think it's time for us to move on. Ooh, what's this? A probe. Oh. Got it.
Oh, these are heavier than they look. Makes more sense than 0G. You're welcome.
The shuttles might be named after writers. Melville is a famous author, but Baffin doesn't seem to be very well known.
So
Maybe.
clean I can see myself. And you know what? Not half bad.
Oh, so that one we're not picking up. We're just saying, you know, we're not half bad in it. Alright, let's go. See you later. Oh. Hello.
Hey, don't let LT catch you blocking the corridors like this.
We'll clear it up once we finish the delicate work. Good looking out, though.
Okay. Ooh. Wall panel.
Let's see her fully operational again. And if she breaks, we'll just fix her.
And there's confirmation, top left, that we are on the USS Resolute. You thought shuttles were usually named after rivers? I believe the shuttles are named after different things depending on the ship. So some are named after rivers, some are named after other, like, things. It's just like each ship tends to have its own naming thing, I think, for a lot of them. I can't remember. There's one other that's on the tip of my tongue, but anyway. Essentially, whenever you see a series, they'll just name them all after the same type of thing. Where are you going? Okay.
Port B gives you access to the tubes behind cargo storage all the way to the turbo lift.
Computer reroute.
Speak up a little
So
bit.
then,
I'm thinking we'll have to do the work in that tube, then take the turbo lift from section 2 to section 3.
well, wait, there's a subfloor crossover around junction 32E.
What do you have against using the turbo lift?
Nothing, I just like being in the tubes. It's my domain.
Okay, he just likes the tubes. I'm wondering whether we're going to have to know that later, where that's going to come up. Like, you know, the turbolifts get stopped by the evil villain or whatever.
Hey, need any help? Okay, good luck.
Carter will do literally anything except follow his friend to the his boss's office. Oh, hey, a turbolift.
Engineering.
I heard the new XO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovak called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him.
Chovak's
I'd rather not end up
probably a
dousing
Vulcan,
plasma
I'd guess.
manifolds. Hanging upside down makes me queasy.
You and me working together, we can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious. Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Mm-hmm.
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz. I was beginning to think you would be late. We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Edsolar on repeated occasions.
Sorry for the delay, sir.
Apologies for the delay, Commander.
I do not want your apologies. Simply see to it that it does not happen again.
All right.
So, I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood, but many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
Yes, sir.
Whatever it throws at us, we'll be ready. We've got the best chief engineer in the fleet.
I am a Vulcan, Mr. Diaz. Flattery is not necessary. All that I require is that you do your job. Right now, that entails critical preparations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe at our destination, the Hotari system. You have your orders. Do not delay.
Yes,
Roger
Commander
that.
Chovak.
Oh.
All hands on deck.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovak said. You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out, and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule.
You worry too much.
Consequences be damned.
You gotta have some faith, Nilly. Starfleet Command wouldn't send us out if we weren't ready.
6 months ago, I probably would have said the same thing. But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
Excuse me.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement.
I'm gonna pause because I want to bring it up because yeah, it was said in a couple of scenes ago. I like how they're saying sensors in the way that they say it instead of sensors, because that was the way and Leonard Nimoy said it in the original series. He always went sensors, so they've kept it up as a thing throughout a lot of Star Trek stuff. Anyway, just thought I'd bring it up. Also, Chovak does not subscribe to the long-established engineering tradition of adding more time than the task will actually take. Yep, no, he's a Vulcan. I have no doubts.
They may not be the same crew we started out with, but they're still Starfleet.
Mm-hmm.
They'll know what to do when the time comes.
I prefer the scientific method. Evidence over assumptions. Hold on. Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We
Who's
thought
Miranda?
you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Hey, don't insult my ship.
Don't talk badly about one of the best ships in all of Starfleet.
We've rebuilt enough of her by now. She better be one of the best.
We'll see about that. But I am glad to be here. He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Oh, I think I've got this one. Press the right trigger. Oh, I did it. Phew.
Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
So what's the word? Are you back in the security rotation?
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Good to go. See you on the other side.
Activating magnetic souls.
Oh, did it. There is a bit of history there, I think. Does a pip mean she's a warrant officer? I don't really know what any of the pips mean that aren't circular, but maybe. Yeah. Could do. I think we also have a thing on our neck as well. Basically, yeah, I'll just be saying what the rank is. I don't know what that means, though, in reality. Well, in Star Trek reality.
Let's go.
Oh, are we switching back to I've forgotten her name, but that is a good space panning shot. I'm gonna need to remember these names. I'm sure they're gonna come up again. We are switching back. Very cool shot. Very cool.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily.
So what is Jara? Yes, so we're back as Jara.
You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about Kobleods. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen.
Okay, good to know.
We have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home. And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
Well, that explains who we are. We get to explore. Alright, can I look at his PC? Absolutely not. And look at his model train, though.
He's still got a thing for trains. The warp engines of their day, apparently.
Okay. We can look outside the window.
We'll be out there soon. Going where no one has gone before.
I don't know. Oh, the camera does not like it there. We're going to move along. We got over here. A diploma from Starfleet Academy. Can I invade his privacy? Yes, exactly.
I can't believe he keeps this around. Don't even know where mine is.
Okay, it really does not like the camera over there. So we're going to move on. Let's see what we got over here. So, library computer access and retrieval system. Okay, so not too exciting. Although we do have our reg number, NCC 92317. I think what's the Enterprise? It's NCC 01701 ABC to F. I think. Also, can we get a Ractigino?
Just a sip of something.
Of course, yeah. Let's go.
Ractigino.
Which is Klingon coffee, basically. I think.
That sure has a kick.
Jara Rydek. Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the Academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrid Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. My only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare. But, unfortunately, we've had our hands full with the refit.
4 pips as a captain? That sounds right. I don't know if it is, but it sounds right. Well, this is enough for me.
That would be totally unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage.
Just before he gets into it more, yeah, I believe also, though, one of the rules in the Star Trek like hierarchy is if you're in charge of a ship, you're always a captain, I think, or you're a captain of that ship. Even like you could be an admiral, but you would then also generally be called captain. I don't know. They went into it in one of the episodes, and I don't think they go into it too often. Also, this captain does have big dad energy. Yeah. I'm thinking he must be our mentor then, like given what we've heard so far. Also, name Solano and the mustache is making me think that we've seen him in media before, but maybe not. Maybe we've just seen similar characters. Anyway, I'm going to resume.
Not nearly as much as the crew.
Yeah, let's say we don't know the details of what happened.
You'll have to forgive me. I don't really know the details.
Starfleet has been kind enough to keep the story contained. Probably because they want to protect me. But I don't mind telling you.
Okay.
We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward in warp core technology. 10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed. What would have been the crowning achievement of my career. Right there. Within our grasp. Until it all went so horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle. It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people. As captain, I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision to make, and I have to live with the consequences.
Let's say the crew knew the risks. I think that's kind of even.
We all know the risks when we sign up. There are no guarantees. As much as we tell ourselves otherwise.
True. But as captain, my job is to mitigate and manage the risks as much as possible. And that's where I failed. In my defense, I will say, I might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO, and I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission. Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
I'm getting bad feelings about this whole thing, but I'm going to say you can rely on me.
Whether I agree or disagree, I can promise that I'll be honest to a fault.
Good. That's exactly what I'm looking for. But at the end of the day, it has to be my call. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least, I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here. We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note, Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority. Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified. This ionic storm. Our long-range sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before. And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hotari.
Exactly. Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed. Where I imagine the interference will be exponentially greater. But the diplomat will brief us on the details of the rendezvous.
Who is the diplomat?
Who is the senior diplomat we're escorting?
That I don't know. Starfleet hasn't said. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
Oh.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
Let's be modest.
Thank you, but I feel like I still have so much to learn.
You'll have plenty of opportunity. And if you're willing to put in the work, I'll do everything in my power to help you along the way. Come, let me introduce you to the crew.
Before we move on, apparently a Kobliad has actually appeared before, according to Google searches done by chat. So, first appearance in TNG, and they've only appeared 6 times in all the TV shows and are near extinction. Well, that's interesting for one to be in Starfleet then. I'm assuming that's going to become relevant at some point. Also, Solano has not appeared before. I think I was thinking of Lower Decks. I don't know if I was thinking of Shax. I think I was actually thinking of the Bad Admiral. But I think it's also because he has the mustache. So, yeah. Also, it's almost a Spider... You know, a J. Jonah Jameson, is that his name? Anyway, it's almost a Spider-Man stash. Wait, what am I trying to steal? I already looked at everything in here and tried to steal it. Okay, let's go. And he went that way, so we'll go this way. I'm assuming the door will not open. It does not open. He's like, what are you doing? But the thing is, I'm getting lost. So we got a turbo lift number 1 here. Okay. Nothing along here. I just like to have a look around, see if we got anything going on. Doesn't appear so here. Also, I cannot run as this character currently. Oh. Oh, the bridge. Wonderful.
Everyone, if I could have your attention for a moment. I'd like to introduce Commander Jara Rydek, our new first officer. Some quick introductions. This is Lieutenant Handar, our helmsman, one of the best in the business.
Uh-huh.
One of.
Now, he's Bajoran.
What he lacks
You see, he's got the
humility
earring.
more than makes up for in ability.
A pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Likewise.
Next, we have Commander Westbrook, our chief science officer. I've come to rely on his expert counsel on a regular basis.
Pleasure.
Commander Rydek, it is such an honor to meet you.
This is our tactical officer, Lieutenant Bedrosian, who's been looking forward to meeting you for about as long as I can remember.
I've been following your career for quite some time, and I look forward to learning as much as I can from you.
Let's be modest again.
You've heard of me?
Well, I have to admit, one of the reasons I've followed your career is because you're part Kobliad, because of what you've overcome. Starfleet stands up for people who can't defend themselves, and you were one of those people once. But since then, you've done so much to protect others who need it. I really admire that. So, you've been something of an inspiration to me. Not that I've done anything close to what you've done, but you definitely set a standard to strive for.
Let's go for modest again.
I don't know what to say. That's incredibly flattering, thank you.
I hope someday I can follow in your footsteps.
I'm sure you will.
And then, of course, you've already met Commander Ermont.
Mm-hmm.
Please, do everything you can to make Commander Rydek feel at home here. I'll be on the starbase. Have an urgent meeting with the starbase commander to get our authorization to get underway. If they drag their feet any longer, we won't make our rendezvous. The bridge is yours.
Sit in the captain's chair when ready. Okay, we can do that. Ah, yeah, the Admiral was, yes, buen amigo. I forgot. Yes, good friend. Was there more hype for this or Elden Ring? This, I am, yeah, super into Star Trek, so this is right down my alley. Yes, and our Bajoran helmsman is very much the Tom Paris, or the one from the from TNG who Tom Paris was sort of based on. He does give off those vibes. He's the cocky pilot who you're like is too irresponsible but has a heart of gold. Let's see. Hello.
The helm. The Resolute is a refitted Centaur class, meaning it's capable of quick maneuvers. Can't wait to see what she can do.
Can we actually speak to the people or just like stare at things? We can just stare at things. That's okay. Let's stare at yeah, let's stare at this guy's one. Ermot's. I'm gonna try and check names when I can, just so I'm like name locked in. Ermot.
Operations. Staffing. Supplies. There's a lot to keep track of on a starship. Good thing we have Commander Ermot.
Okay. Then we have navigation, I think. Anyway, she doesn't get a special one. And then you're the science station? Yeah.
Science station. The Resolute is a science vessel, primarily. Might explain Commander Westbrook's attitude.
Okay.
I'll have to speak with him later.
So he's probably the guy who doesn't want us on here. He probably thought he was getting the job, I think. Okay, I understand. So we can see another view of our ship. Ooh, Master Systems display.
So many decks. Full of crew that are now my responsibility.
Okay. Tactical.
Tactical station. Hopefully a diplomatic mission won't require we use our weapons much.
Oh yeah, I'm
But if
sure
it
we
comes to
won't.
that, we'll be ready.
Yeah, well, we won't use our weapons at all, I'm sure. Yeah, that won't come up whatsoever, I'm sure. What's my favorite Star Trek TV show? I don't know. I think it's probably DS9. I really liked DS9 when I watched it, but I kind of like that era. That era's very good, but yeah, most of it's pretty good. Wasn't a huge fan of the earlier seasons of Discovery or Picard. I think both of them have got better, but yeah, they were both a little bit rough. Strange New Worlds looks like it might be good as well, though. Oh, and Lower Decks is very, very good.
Communications. Keeps us in contact internally and with other vessels.
I did watch the original series as well. I feel like it was very, very hit or miss, though. It was like, the episode would either be great, or you kind of be like, yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, but I think that's also because the way they wrote it differently, from my understanding. Like, it had a lot of guest writers, so it would be like, Sci-Fi Writer of the Week, coming in to do their pitch for a couple of episodes. So, it didn't necessarily have the same tone through every single episode.
Turbolift could take me anywhere on the ship, but I'm right where I need to be.
Okay, we go have a look at the front. Sure.
Impressive range of view.
It does not like it when you're looking at space and you go into an examine. Ah, you'd have liked it more if they did, if they didn't focus so much on Sisko's kid and all the Ferengi. Ah, okay. I like the Ferengi episodes. They were kind of chill. DS9's your favorite as well, especially for Mal's Union Man O'Brien. I didn't see that the Star Trek writers were on strike, but yeah, it does make sense. But yeah, O'Brien is definitely up there on great characters. I quite liked Garrick as well. Anytime where you had him on screen, you know you were in for a good time.
Commander, Chief Engineer Chovak needs to lower the structural integrity field. He
Okay.
has sent a crew out to recalibrate the emitters in response to the danger posed by the storm. We just need your go-ahead.
Make it so.
Permission granted.
Lowering structural integrity field, now.
Entering maintenance mode. Condition blue.
Okay. That sounds... I was going to say that sounds good, but then
Looks like they turned off the SIF.
I saw the name of
Great.
the episode.
Let's get to that emitter.
I do kind of find it weird doing these little mini episodes, but yeah, I like it. They're just kind of naming the scenes. The shame that Rick Berman never let Garrett be gay, despite the actor saying that he played him that way. Yeah, I think there's an unofficial Season 9 one, which was voiced by Garrick and Bashir's voice actors. I think they did a did like an audio podcast thing about it. But yeah. Also, when I'm talking about Star Trek, I should also say the Orville, after Season 1, is very much like TNG Star Trek, and it is also very good. Sorry,
Every time we're out
Berman
here,
reminded me.
I half expect to see her in pieces again.
She's still got some scars on her. It adds character.
When I joined Starfleet, all I wanted was a ride out of town. But this isn't exactly how I pictured it.
On the outside of the ship?
No. Sometimes it feels like we're just part of the machinery. Don't you want more than that? I mean, Starfleet is noble and all, but it's still a machine. A massive, massive machine.
Let's be boastful.
I am more than that. And so are you. You wanted to get away. I enlisted because I didn't want to wait years just to get out and see the galaxy. I wanted to go somewhere. See new worlds. Look up at a sky no one's ever seen before. Just because I'm cranking a hyperspanner up in a Jeffries tube today doesn't mean that's all I'll ever be. Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the SIF emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
You expect the Telltale trademark of X character will remember that? I think that's what it is in the top left, right? That's all of these ones. It's they felt inspired. They will remember that. So it's just it hasn't quite yeah, it's not quite saying it in the same way. Also, I just realized we're saying everything that would lead to us being killed immediately as, you know, the lowest ranked officer. This isn't all we're going to be. We give an inspiring speech. We are, like, primed to be killed. Like, at any moment. Like, we're the ones killed so the audience feel connected. Right, what do you need me to get this time? Oh, this one. That works. Ah, it's the machine that goes boop. What am I doing? Move tool, tune nozzle? Tune to the center. I don't know what I'm doing. I hope I'm doing it well. Tuvok is doing in your head. You're trying to mix Chakotay and Tuvok? Yeah. What am I doing? Oh, I think I understand. I need to stop. I need to wait for it to go through the center and then stop. I think that's right. Wait. Maybe? What's it doing? I did it. I did it.
That's good. That wasn't so hard.
Why is it beeping? Is that good?
Commander Westbrook, right? Chief Science Officer.
You remembered my name and my rank. Impressive.
Oh no.
Yes, I'm the Chief Science Officer, and I have the dubious honor of being the most senior officer on this bridge. I know this ship inside and out. Better than just about anyone.
I think we try and put him down a peg or two.
You seem to think very highly of yourself.
With good reason. I'm curious, though. A Kobliad, or half in your case, is an odd choice for first officer, given your vulnerable condition and all. But if, as an example, we found ourselves in a hostile situation, and you were suddenly incapacitated because you needed an infusion, what would happen then? You'd leave Captain Solano without an XO. Granted, that would be a worst-case scenario, but not outside the realm of possibility.
We'll just ignore that.
That's very kind of you to be concerned about my well-being. But you don't need to trouble yourself on my account. I'll be fine.
Well, I wouldn't say I was concerned, just curious, that's all.
Sure.
Listen, can I be blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
Commander Sutherland, your predecessor, was one of the best first officers in all of Starfleet. His record was impeccable and his reputation was without equal. I mean no disrespect, but the shoes you're stepping into are almost impossible to fill. He was loved by the crew. And he was one of my closest friends. So I can only hope that you'll live up to expectations.
Let's get down to business here.
Mr. Westbrook, if you have some kind of problem with me, and you just met me so it has nothing to do with me, you're gonna have to figure out how to get over it. Because I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. I'll stick to science. That is what this ship is for.
Very well.
Seeing as Captain Solano is on the starbase, let me give you an update on this ion storm.
Oh, he does not like us.
It's unusual, unlike anything I've ever seen. At the moment, I can't tell you if the Resolute will shrug it off or if we're putting ourselves at risk. However, if we learn more about its patterns, its nature, we can come up with a scientific countermeasure. Just a moment.
Oh no. That's not a good sound.
We've got a massive energy wave inbound.
On screen.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wideband burst of ionic energy. Like a tsunami.
I'm reading power abnormalities all over
Definitely
the ship.
red alert.
Time to impact.
Red alert.
Aye. Evacuating main gangway and retracting.
Putting sensor visualization on screen.
With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct hit.
Time to impact. 1 minute.
Shield systems are severely impacted. We have limited protection.
I need every available solution. What are our options?
We can weaken the impact of the storm with a deflector pulse.
Definitely. Do that.
There's a better way.
Oh.
Sending all auxiliary power to the deflector dish.
Send the aux power to the shields. We can't reactivate the entire shield bubble, but it's a directional threat. So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this.
We go with the science officer. He has seniority.
That's right, which is why we need to send power to our shields.
Commander Westbrook, use the deflector dish.
Already working on it. Optimal timing displayed. It's going to be tight.
Good. Send the pulse on my command. Now.
We got it. This is it.
Did that work?
All hands, brace for impact.
Oh.
What happened?
We have experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
That can blow out every primary system on the ship.
Just tell us where you need us.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate the port nacelle plasma regulator.
Let's do that. Energy Wave looks like the plot of the first TNG movie? Oh, interesting. I wonder if it is a reference.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level 1 failsafe circuits?
You wonder what would have happened if I hadn't listened to Chief Officer Jerkface? I don't know. I'm thinking, because we're still early on, it might not have huge consequences, but I don't know. Maybe it makes a difference as to what happens here. I'm assuming that's how they're going to do it. So,
engage the override.
Is that each choice will make a difference on the other path.
Without triggering an automatic core shutdown.
Oh, pull this. Let's do it. Then I need to spin these. Okay. I think I can do this. Oh, it's the other way this time.
Failsafe override engaged.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
Okay. I'm gonna take this thing. And I'm gonna stick that thing there. I'm gonna take this thing. I'm gonna stick that thing there. I did it.
DS to Resolute. The failsafes are temporarily disabled. Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Heads up, Carter.
What is that?
One of the discharges coalesced.
It's coming right toward us. I'm gonna try to disrupt it with my phaser.
Okay. I got it. Okay, had to check.
So we gotta climb up the pylon. Not that there's really an up, but, you know.
Can I pull up my phaser at any point? I can. There we go. Got you. See, now it's like a third-person shooter. It's very weird number of mechanics that we're getting here. Also, why are the energy pulses coming towards us? Are we attracting them or something? Also, why are there so many? Oh, we can't run here, I see. Can I shoot without aiming? Absolutely not. That would be irresponsible. I was killed because I couldn't aim over her shoulder, I think. Although we have lives. Why would an engineer be doing some standard who's out doing standard repairs be carrying a phaser? Well, what if the weird energy beams come after us? Did you ever think about that? Nothing's behind us. Okay.
We're almost to the regulator.
Do a spin. You want to move quickly, you have to kind of aim and shoot. As in, like, sorry, aim, shoot at the same time, I think. Okay.
We're at the regulator point. Opening the access panel.
And now halting the EPS flow to the port nacelle. We have
Let's
little
go.
time before it causes an overload in the engine. You must work efficiently.
I'm working efficiently. See how efficient I can be? What are we doing?
EPS manifold adjusters reset to neutral.
Of course. Yeah. Then the white one. Yeah. Maybe the yellow one. Yeah, I meant the yellow. Oh, yeah. Like that. Then like we'll spin this one a little bit, and then we'll go for that one. Then we'll spin that one a little bit.
The EPS lines.
Yeah, there we go.
Warp engine are back in balance. Almost done. Once I cycle the manifold nozzles, Chovak can.
Well, that's going to be expensive. Oh.
Get down! DS to bridge. We just lost the docking clamp. We've got a lot of debris coming down. All vibrations, too. We can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please advise.
We have to release the ship from that other docking clamp or the hull will be ripped apart.
There's a problem. The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency, but it's not working.
Not working.
What are our options?
The docking clamps are fitted with exploding bolts for an emergency release.
We've got crew out there. That'd be like setting off a bomb next to them.
Maybe there's another way.
Starbase is hailing us.
Put him through.
Resolute, the remaining mooring arm is failing. You need to disengage from the starbase now. The damage to the station will be catastrophic.
We're exploring options.
The docking clamp isn't functioning. We're exploring our options.
Option is to detonate the emergency release.
Commander, hear me out. Reverse the polarity of the hull, which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
Okay.
Repel the engineering crew right off the hull into the storm.
Oh, that's bad.
Captain Solano, put me on screen.
Okay.
Go ahead. Captain, we have a situation.
Commander, what are you doing? Blow the bolts on the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole story.
I'm giving you an order.
Let's
Jara?
let's speak back to him.
All due respect, sir, it's a more complex situation than when you
Jara,
disembarked.
I need you to do the right thing. We can't have this go sideways before we even leave for the mission.
The captain made himself quite clear.
They're gonna get hammered with debris out there. Reverse the polarity.
We'll do what the science
There
officer
is
said.
Protocol.
And there are lives.
What is the holdup?
Starbase, stand by. We're gonna flip hull polarity to disengage the clamps.
Yes, Commander.
Repair crew, this is Acting Captain Jara Rydek. Be advised, we are going to reverse hull polarity to free us from the remaining docking clamp. Tether yourself and deactivate your boots on my mark.
Understood.
Okay.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark!
We did it.
Grab my hand. I got you.
Thank you.
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
Oh, this is getting worse and worse. Oh yeah, we have to spin this back, obviously. Yep. Definitely. That's what I was gonna do. I was right there with you. Oh, it's gonna go in through here and then we did it. Yeah, I did just lose rep with the captain, but he didn't understand. He'll agree with us once he knows the situation, but he won't trust us. I also couldn't kill us, other us, engineering us.
Look out!
Ooh, ow. Yeah, save her.
I got you.
Oh, she doesn't look good.
Petty Officer Etzelar's hurt and unconscious. I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr. Diaz, the situation has changed. You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
But Commander, the way we came is the nearest airlock.
There is an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You
Okay.
must bring Miss Etzelar there to access the interior.
Roger that. I'm going there now.
The captain's been off the ship for all of 5 minutes and everything has fallen apart.
I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
Well, at least the hatch works.
You go first.
What?
Let me save your neck this time.
Um,
No time to fight me on this. Get
No.
in there.
Not on your life.
Let's not let it come down to that.
we have plot armor. I don't know how strong your plot armor is right now. Maybe our plot armor wasn't as strong as I thought it was.